Hey, how you guys doing? This is Sunday, beginning of a new week, and hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. Now, this main topic has to do with Canon and their newer 5D Mark IV that's coming out, or already came out. And this news is actually verified by Canon themselves. You can now get Canon CLOG, a picture profile similar to their cinema style cameras, is a $99 upgrade. I believe it's coming out in the July timeframe. So what's that's going to mean? You're actually going to have to send in your camera to a Canon service center, and then they're going to install it for you and then send it back. This is kind of like very reminiscent of their dual pixel autofocus on their cinema lines. They finally offered that from their DSLR line, like the 70D, where you'd actually have to send it in. It was a $500 upgrade, a bit pricey. When I bought my Canon C100, luckily for a good price, they actually, it was already installed, so that was great for me. Now, this is the same Canon C-Log that they have in their Canon 1DC DSLR, so you should expect something very similar. And what this is going to do is give you 12 stops of dynamic range at an ISO of 400, somewhere around there. I'm not sure if 400 is the native ISO, but it's more likely it is right around that range. So this is great news for you cinematographers who still want to keep with the DSLR format or have rigs that that you use for your DSLR. And then this is going to actually up your production value if you do a lot of post-production editing, and then you're going to get the most dynamic ranges possible. I also got another news story. This is kind of related when I told you NVIDIA was releasing Pascal drivers that are still in beta for the Mac platform, notably the older cheese grater style, and perhaps the newer Mac Pros coming out either next year or the year after. And well, this is great news. I've had one user report some performance issues with these drivers, or even some of the drivers in the past on the Mac platform. For instance, they don't necessarily optimize them in every regard. And now this is primarily have to do with OpenCL, because OpenCL is primarily where it gets the most use within the Mac platform for a lot of its built-in applications and the operating system itself. It doesn't necessarily use CUDA, which is NVIDIA is known for, obviously. And he also claims that they really never quite always go out of beta, and which is a kind of a good indication as well. And he's also saying the Kempler driver, it's basically a Kempler driver running on newer architecture via UDA core. He also mentions a lot of places in the NVIDIA, Hackintosh, and Adobe forums have been getting constant complaints since 2015. So I'm going to try to get a hold of him to get some more information of his thoughts on that. I'm not saying this is, true per se, but I find it very interesting, because I do know they have a tendency of keeping a lot of their drivers in beta for quite a long time, and so it's going to be interesting to see what I can find out. Besides that, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and until my next video topic, hope you guys have a great Sunday.